Hello, welcome to this webinar of the new ANSA version 25 and the new GUI experience. In this video, we will see we will focus mainly on whatever is new, especially in relationship to appearance of ANSA, but most of this also applies to Meta, since this new user experience is applicable to both ANSA and Meta alike. You see that in those two frames, which is one of the major targets that we had for this redesign, which is to introduce a common interface philosophy and a common mindset between ANSA and Meta for our main software, but which also affects our other software throughout. At the same time, improve the aesthetics, of course, but and maintain focus on improving functionality, better access to features, and overall improvement of the productivity of a user within ANSA. So let's go directly into ANSA and start checking out some new stuff. Okay, so we have 4 areas. The top area, which we call the ribbon area. On the left side, the left dock area, which is this panel. At the bottom is the bottom area. And on the right side area, where we were used to see all the functionality in ANSA, the previous buttons, we see nothing as ANSA starts, at least nothing as long as no function isn't applied. So for example, if I apply a new function, let's say fill, okay, then that's what this reserved area is supposed to be. It functionality and dialogues that guide you through the features of ANSA. They're supposed to appear on this right-hand side, and that's what this place is for. Okay? So let's describe a bit more about what we see in each area. So let's start with the top area. Okay, so as said, all the functionality, the real meat of the software, the functions themselves, appear over there in ribbons. Ribbons are there are more ribbons to discover besides those that you see right away when you launch ANSA from scratch, and you will see those available under this menu with this 3-dotted button. Okay, you hit on the 3-dotted button and you see more ribbons to choose from. Then we have this little area here. This is the so-called quick access toolbar, which provides access to functionality regardless of what is the current ribbon we're in. And on the top right-hand corner here, we have some more generic panels, like for example the search engine in ANSA. This is where I can search for functions and for entities inside ANSA. By the current deck settings, Windows control, multi Windows control, connections to external systems, and helps access. Left side area is this panel over here, where we see mainly the navigation tools of ANSA that appear over there. So per default, we see this database browser appearing, and I could, for example, also activate the visibility of the model browser, for instance. Okay, more such tools or more such navigation tools could be visualized through this dialog, where, for example, let's say that I am interested in checking out the optimization tool. I can click over there as well. All right. Mind that if you click this away, then it goes away, unless the pin down option, it's this little pin over there, is clicked on. Now, where this pin is clicked on, this appears as a button there, meaning that I'm interested in looking at the optimization tool at all times, or at least its button, and now I can click it on from that little button over there. Okay? Important to notice is this show height feature that visualizes or closes this left side area. If you hide the left dock area like that, then it auto shows once you move the mouse on the left side area. Okay, just like that. So you can click on that, I don't know, click on a guy, say right click, show only, and there you go. Or even apply real functionalities, or not just show only. Okay, this stays alive as long as your mouse is over it. Once you move away with your mouse, it auto hides. Okay. Notice also this little blue line that appears here on the left side. Okay, so even if this left area is minimized like this blue line on the left indicates us which of the navigation tools are open right now. So if I move my mouse and I point directly to the database browser, then that's the one that will appear in front as the top cover. Or if I move to the model browser, no clicking involved, right? I'm just pointing there, and now the left area appears with the model browser showing it. Okay? I move my mouse away, and that was it about the left area. Let's go to the bottom area and see some stuff about there. Here we have, very important, the text window of ANSA with all its messages. Okay. Which you can make larger as you knew from previous versions. Shift and middle mouse click, that was, or you click on this button here. No, you click on this button here, which is this guy. You see this little box? You click on that and you make it visible at once with one click. Mind what my colleagues from the development did. So once I'm not pointing into the text field, but so I can see more messages without having the scroll bars visible at all times. Only if I move my mouse over there, only then the scroll bars appear so that I can scroll, all right? But nevertheless, they disappear if I move away, giving me one more line to be visible. Is that cool or is that cool? Except the text window, we have flux and the visibility control, the focus functions of ANSA here in the middle. Completely new tool is the generic selection tool over here. We will see that later on in more detail, but yeah, not too many changes over here. We have some new functions, some older functions disappeared, and nevertheless, no major reconstruction over here, just new options. And on the right-hand side, we already spoke about this. No more module buttons, since they appear here at the top, grouped into ribbons. This is the main functions that we will use in order to apply functionality appear with the dialog docked into the right-hand area like that. What do I mean by that? I mean that we call this contextual windows. Okay, what does contextual window mean? This window here has the capability of, if my main ANSA travels around, or if I resize it, okay, this window goes together with ANSA. So if I move it to another workspace or to another screen, to another monitor, then this dialog will appear at the same spot compared to the GL area. All right. How do I control that in case I don't want that? I can simply move it away, and now I can resize my ANSA, and there is no connection to this resizing anymore. The window is independent. I can move it back by simply pointing to the that right area. You see this blue edge that appears. If I now leave my left mouse button, tack, the window is attached to that right-hand side. And again, this auto adjusts. Okay, very cool, very handy. As said, if I want to move my ANSA around between places. Very important also about these contextual windows is this little option over there, which minimizes that dialog. Okay, so if I move there, auto hide, auto show, I move away and the dialog disappears. Okay. This is also applicable for functions that visualize the options list. Okay. Spoiler alert, the options list is still there. Okay, they're not completely gone. But where are they? Let me just find a function that visualizes them. Yeah, I need to find one of them. One of these functions. Okay, so one of the hidden buttons I applied, and you see now the options list appearing over here. Okay, so that's where they are. Our main target for version 25 was to redesign the function so that the options list are no longer used, no longer there anymore. But this is not this is a job that is not completed yet. So be aware that options list exists, but not on many functions. So it has the same capabilities as the contextual windows. Okay, so that was a very quick. That was a quick beginning. Sorry, F10. I want to do. Okay, that was the quick beginning, quick introduction of ANSA and the layout. And let's move to the next subject now.